Hey, you already know what it is, man. Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist, man. Real quick, Megyn Kelly. First of all, I ain't never heard of Megyn Kelly until this incident happened with her, you know, doubling down on the use for white folks to basically caricature black people in blackface and in Halloween. Halloween, of course, is a made-up holiday by these white supremacists, right? But at the same time, it allows them Halloween allows white supremacists to be an overt white supremacist. If they were covert, Halloween allows them to be racist to a T. Dressing up as black people, blackface, using stereotypes of black culture, hip hop, dressing up as so-called thugs and black people and stuff like that. It allows them to live out their fantasies of black society. White people dressing up in blackface, white people dressing up as rappers, hip-hop stars, entertainers, blackening up their skin, blackening up, stuff like that. It allows them to live out their fantasies through a so-called holiday, as in Halloween, which is a made-up holiday. But anyway, as far as Megyn Kelly, man, like I said, I ain't never heard of this chick until this incident happened where she was basically saying there's nothing wrong with white people using blackface and trying to. She basically said about, well, I saw the interview about she was talking about Diana Ross and that she admired Diana Ross and stuff like that, and it's okay because I'm a fan of Diana Ross. Obviously, here's the problem with people like Megyn Kelly. The problem is they always have this excuse about I didn't know about the atrocities of black history when it comes to specifically blackface, black caricatures in white society, right? And Roland Martin, during the interview, was sitting down with Megyn Kelly, broke that down. He talked about this very same things, and I like Roland Martin. Even though he considers himself so-called Christian before he's black, I like Roland Martin because he talks about historical facts. He lays out historical facts when it comes to the atrocities of black society. Same thing I do. He talked about the National Advisory Commission on Civil Disorders, where the findings of that article that was commissioned by Lyndon B. Johnson was that we live in two societies, one black, one white, separate and unequal. He talked about that. He talked about the the history of blackface and referencing movies like Bamboozled, and it's been utilized for centuries in terms of white society demonizing and characterizing black society and just basically exaggerating, well, not even exaggerating, just making shit up about black society with blackface, elongated lips, eyes, stuff like that. That's where it came from. The minstrel shows, etc. Okay? It's all broken down, and of course, and I'll talk about this museum all the time, which I'm going to visit very soon. The Racist Memorabilia Museum at Ferris State University in Michigan. I'm going to definitely check out that museum, but I always reference that website, the Racist Memorabilia Museum, and I always reference that website, man. That's what I go to in terms of, racist historical documents and artifacts by the dominant white society. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always reference. But Roland Martin did a good job breaking that shit down to Megyn Kelly, and her excuse was she didn't know and that she wanted to have an open dialogue about issues like this. I don't believe her, and I just basically think that she's using Roland Martin as a cop-out to save her job. After she made those remarks, the executives at whatever network she's on, I think she's on NBC or whatever, are trying to get her canned. And she used Roland Martin as a scapegoat. Well, I had a black guy who taught me all of the history and atrocities of black society and blackface. She's trying to use Roland Martin as a cop-out. Bottom line, I see that. I see that coming a mile away, man. So her show is on the verge of getting canceled, and she used Roland Martin as a cop-out and a scapegoat as a quote-unquote teachable moment when it comes to the history and the negative connotations of blackface. You know what I'm saying? Invented by the dominant white society. That was invented by them. Invented by them. All right. So, you know, like I said, I ain't never heard of no goddamn Megyn Kelly until this incident happened. And when white people talk about when they do something that's definitely overtly racist, and they cop please by saying, oh, well, I'm just playing homage, I'm playing tribute, I'm a fan of this person, etc., etc. They know. They're playing dumb. They're playing dumb. It's 2018. There's no excuse for you not to understand the history of black society and the atrocities that we face. Now, if you knew that, you didn't care. And she still doesn't care, because, you know, the old adage is, if you know better, you do better, right? Which means you would actually try to help prevent things from happening like that in the form of legislation and laws being changed and policies being changed, right, in favor and to protect black society. See, when you are fighting for white supremacy as somebody that's classified as white, yet label of white supremacist would be taken off if you are constantly trying to eradicate white supremacy by changing laws, legislations, and making sure that black society is protected as a group and that we get reparations. That label of white supremacist will be taken off. You will be someone that's an advocate to eradicate white supremacy, right? But Megyn Kelly is a suspected white supremacist with white supremacist tactics. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't be surprised if her show gets canceled, because there's already rumors that her show is going to get canceled because of those remarks or whatever the case may be. But, you know, white people don't get fired, they get transferred. She'll get hired on Fox News or whatever kind of online streaming show. They'll take her in a heartbeat. So she's fine. She's fine. You know, white society got her protected. Bottom line. But anyway, those are my quick thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below about this Megyn Kelly incident, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll try to do a live stream sometime this week. Stay tuned for that, family. Till next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.